Welcome to Tail Talk Grooming Chronicles with Hound Therapy, the podcast where we talk all things pet grooming, daycare, academy, and more. Hosted by Shannon and Tanya of Hound Therapy, serving pet owners across North Texas. We're here to share expert tips, hilarious pet stories, and the inside scoop on keeping your furry friends happy and healthy. Our motto, humanity over vanity. And don't worry, we don't bite. Let's get started. Who let the dogs out? Who let the dogs out?
Every dog depends on their human to speak up for them, and knowing how to advocate confidently can transform your dog's grooming, vet care, and daily life. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Sophia Yvette, co-host and producer, back in the studio with Shannon and Tanya, professional groomers at Hound Therapy. Hi, ladies. So lovely being back on with you both as always. Now, this is such an important topic for every pet parent. How to advocate for your dog. Can you walk us through what that truly means?
100%. Let's start with understanding that every dog is different, right?
They're individuals.
I don't care if they're littermates, I don't care, but every dog is different. They all have a different personality. Some are more shy, some are more outgoing. And that all starts from when they're puppies, when they're in their litters. If they come from a small litter, they may have a very different demeanor than if they were the middle dog or the first biggest or the smallest in a large litter. So dog attitude matters. Knowing your dog's language is going to help you to understand your dog. You're with your dog every day. And you're going to know if they're just acting not right. And that is a vet term, just not acting right. Like it's just not right. So know that you don't have to have a specific tell or hey, it's of this problem. It doesn't need to be labeled. It's just something is not right.
And
It's
they
out of
won't
the
think you're
unusual.
crazy for saying that. Trust
No.
me, I've said it to my vet plenty of times.
And that hopefully will prompt them and or your groomer to ask some follow-up questions to see exactly, what is being done differently. And maybe that can be explained to you from just a simple conversation. Let's start with if your dog, from a grooming standpoint, from where we come, when we see your dog about every 6, 4, 2, 8 weeks. We see them frequently. We see them often. Vets typically see them bi-yearly or yearly, if your dog is healthy and able-bodied and doesn't have any other underlying medical conditions. So your vet isn't going to be able to necessarily be a great gauge on, hey, this cyst is a little bigger or the ear looks a little different than usual. I've noticed a patch of hair gone missing here. Your groomers are really, really good at helping you to see those kinds of things. But they are also dealing with a lot of other dogs. So you as the pet owner, if you see something that is just not right on your dog, if you were petting your dog, you felt something, a bump, a lump, something that's poked up, and you're not going to your vet, ask your groomer, hey, can you look at this? Whether the dog is wet or what's an advocate for your dog.
Or
Say,
see if you can feel it. I always tell people I'll see what I can find, and if I find anything, I'll let you know.
yeah,
And
the most information comes from you. Your dogs cannot tell us that. We're not, if your dog has always come into the grooming shop happy and for today, whatever reason, it's not, be like, why isn't she's usually really happy when we come. And this happens to me a lot. Either it's rain, thunderstorms. Sometimes I have a lot of large, loud dogs that are in here. And the vibe is just different. Dogs pick up that sensibility, the vibrations much quicker than humans do. They're very, very perceptive. So if they feel that something's off, then they're gonna act a little differently because they're looking to you for advice. You need to be able to help to advocate for them medically, how to advocate for them for grooming. There's a lot of substandards that, oh, we don't ever shave double-coated breeds. Well, it's your dog. If you think that your dog is better taken care of and you can afford this particular cut, that's you advocating for your dog.
Yep.
If If you think that your dog has his breath is bad, it's, his stool is loose, whatever it is, you need to say that to your vet, not just like, well, the vet didn't say anything. I've noticed it being loose, but when I went, the vet didn't ask me about it. They're not going to be prompted
They're
to
not
ask
gonna
you those
know to
things.
ask you.
Yeah. So make a list of things that are normally different.
Mhm.
This will help. If you share your concerns, that sounding board back and forth often is going to help you better understand what your dog's mood and behavior is. And we're going to tell you here at Hound Therapy anyway, we're gonna tell you, how your dog did that day. If
Yep.
it and almost always, we only talk to you if it's different, than it always has been. So we're like, "Hey, we've noticed this that we don't normally notice."
Yeah.
Or, "We saw this that we don't normally see." Chances are if we don't come and talk to you after grooming,
Yeah.
everything is the same.
Um, and today I actually had 2 new dogs that were in our doors for the very first time today. The first one was a cute little Bernedoodle. He was adorable. Um, Mom was convinced that he needed a light sedative for grooming, and we told her, we're like, "We just like to see him how he is the first time, and if I can't do it, bring him back on it, and I'll be more than happy to do it again." He was great. He was pretty matted, so, I mean, it didn't feel amazing to him, but he let us do everything. The second one was a cranky little old man, and mom said that she saw a video from a previous groomer that he was giving her hell for his face. And he didn't love it, but he wasn't bad about it either. So it's just a matter of they let us know they had these concerns. They let us know, and I could happily tell both of them that they did fine.
And because of those concerns, we didn't get this dog on the table and have it,
Have it
act out for its
go the way
face.
they thought it was going to go.
But we didn't have any we proceeded with a lot more caution moving
Yeah,
forward versus just sticking our hand in a cage or,
yeah,
putting that dog away for a little bit and doing something else and coming back to him. We took the time because there was a concern to see what the concern really was. So we took the extra time to check that out. One of the dogs actually had, a lot of poo on his bottom, and, you saw a large
like a
cyst,
large
fatty
cyst
cyst,
of
lipoma.
some
It could
sorts.
it could be many different things, but we can then advise that owner to go to the vet and say, "Hey, look, we saw this. It may be normal for you." And oftentimes people be like, "Oh yeah, we knew that.
Yeah.
Sorry, we forgot to mention it to you." Um, or we'll see a shaved spot on a front leg, and like,
"Ooh, what happened?"
yeah, "Wait, has your dog been to the vet recently?" And like, "Oh, yeah, I forgot to tell you, he got bit by another dog at a dog park." Well, how do you forget to tell us that? So a lot of the things that we see, you know, people already know about, but we
Yeah,
like to make sure that, "Hey, look, that's not normal for us. So let's back it up and discuss
yeah.
it so that we can proceed with what's happening for the all over picture." It could just be that it was in for a dental and it had a medical procedure that was on the books that we didn't know about. But those are all some really great ways to advocate for your dog. It's just if you forget to say or if they're acting different, your dog is going to suffer in silence. And if you know what your dog's
Yeah.
behavior is going to be like in most cases. And it helps us to better treat us and you and your dog all the way around. It just
Yeah.
helps everybody. So don't ever feel,
Don't feel like you're crazy.
yeah. I would say ask questions.
Yeah,
Um, Make sure that your feelings of how you perceive your dog to be are heard. And I that's a lot. It's a mouthful. I
yeah.
understand that, but just because you perceive your dog one way does not mean that we will. And your
Yes.
dogs typically will act a little differently around you in your home than they will around me and our shop, or around a bunch of other dogs at a dog park. They're all different situations and scenarios where many things can change, just like us as people. We're mothers, daughters, wives, husbands, and brothers. Every person has a different role, and your dogs kind of have that same kind of
Yeah.
persona. So know where they are and don't take that, hey, when I approach him on the couch, because your dog's not on our couch here. A dog's on a table in a controlled environment with people that are well versed in handling animals and looking at animal behavior versus a 2-year-old that was invited into your house that's not. So, just understand your situation, but make sure that your feelings are towards however you perceive your dog to be in that situation are heard, so that you can get some good, honest feedback and hopefully prevent a situation that might occur if we hadn't otherwise known that. So if we didn't know that your dog is typically nervous, we're not going to put your dog in the back where there's a lot of loud dogs that are wanting to be in their face. We're not going to put that dog in a doggy daycare situation and just let him roam. We're not going to, we're going to proceed with some better situations for your dog.
Well, thank you both for breaking that down so clearly for us today. Advocating for our dogs is one of the most important parts of being a pet parent. We will see everyone next time.
That's a wrap for this episode of Tail Talk with Hound Therapy. Ready to book your pet's next groom, daycare stay, or grooming academy tour? Call us at 469-367-0009. That's 469-367-0009 to schedule an appointment. Or visit us online at www.houndtherapy.com. Serving North Texas with expert pet care. Until next time, keep those tails wagging.